Prem Shankar, can we start? A very good morning to all of you. I, Biju Angelis, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Sabas College, Nagpur. I would like to welcome our today's resource person, Mr. Prem Shankar, and all other participants who have joined in this program and in the YouTube live for the webinar on Introduction to Data Science. We are living in the age of fourth industrial revolution, and this is an era of artificial intelligence and big data. There is a massive data explosion that has resulted in the accumulation of new technologies and smart products. Around 2.5 exabytes of data is created each day. The need for data has risen tremendously in the last decade. Many organizations have centered their research on data science, and also data science has created new sectors in the IT industry. In 2006, data is considered as new oil, but in the decade we call data as, in this decade we call data as electricity. However, this is the need of an hour, and we have to understand and explore the data science in such a manner so that it will lead humankind into another level. In this concern, I would like to introduce our today's resource person, Mr. Prem Shankar. Mr. Prem Shankar currently pursuing PhD in the technology management from the Department of Future Studies, University of Kerala, under the guidance of Dr. Sadish Kumar sir. He is also holding a triple master's degree that include MBA, MTech, MPhil, and also having more than 4 years of industry experience. He works at the intersection of social systems and computational methods for building a strong background and authenticity in social network analysis and computational social systems. He also undertaken few projects which has studies of influence maximization in Twitter networks, diffusion of knowledge, crowdsourcing, viral marketing for social media, the emergence of languages and communication in socio-biological networks, and technology forecasting recommended systems. He also member of International Network for Social Science, Social Network Analysis, and International Association for Computing Machinery. And he's also published a number of research papers in reputed journals like Journal of Social Network, PLOS One, and IEEE Proceedings. He is the founder of a research-oriented academic startup called Bagel Lab, which aims to popularize futuristic technologies and bring the power of social network into the learning ecosystem. His areas of interest include social network analysis, data analytics, business intelligence, IT operation management, technology forecasting, innovation management, big data and knowledge management. He is also passionate about the power of technologies and their positive impact on business and society. With your vast experience, now I request Mr. Prem Shankar to enlighten our participants with your knowledge. Over to you, sir. Prem Shankar, the floor is now yours. Speaker Premchandra, sir, actually he lost the internet connection. He will be joining very soon. I request all participants to stay for a minute. Dear participants, speaker will be joining very soon. I request you wait for a minute. Dear participants, speaker having some network issue problem. He will be joining very soon. I request all the participants to stay online. He will be joining very soon.
Hello, good morning.
Uh,
Am I audible now?
yeah, it's audible. You're audible. You're audible. Continue. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So you can watch my screen. It's okay?
It is visible. Visible. Go on.
Okay, okay. Um, Sorry for some disturbance. So there is some power failure here. So good morning all. So first of all, I would like to thank the college management and the faculties of computer science department for giving this opportunity to introduce data science to you all. So myself, Prem Shankar, I completed MPhil from Propriety MK, and currently I'm submitted my thesis in the University of Kerala, and currently working as a freelance data science trainer in various institutes. Also co-founded a research-oriented startup called Water Lab. So we can start today's webinar. So a brief introduction to data science. So normally this outline of this webinar is I will give some insights about data science, and I will also give some introduction to what is data science and what all we are learning in data science and skill required for a data science career and the learning path to the data science domain. And also last section I will discuss how to build your profile in data science. And last section will be question answer section. So you can ask your doubt, clarify, or you can comment your doubts in Google Meet, or and the faculty will be coordinate the your question answering sections. So what will be the future of jobs after COVID-19? So we are all facing a lot of issues due to the COVID. Lot of you heard about lot of job loss about happens in the IT industry. Recession, financial recession is coming after COVID, and but there are a lot of positive things also happening. Lot of things are getting automated. So automation is going to happen. So that will lead to generate new type of jobs to the to the students and the freshers. So you all know about robotics. So robotics and hardware related jobs, IT hardware related jobs are rising in India. So one of the major change during COVID-19 has happened is automation. So due to automation, huge volume of data is generated in many fields. So we can get into some insights about the data science domain and the data. So you all know about data is everywhere now. So whenever you talk about IT, we will talk about data. So data is generated in social media. The data is generated in sensors. Data is generated in the form of YouTube videos. Data is generated as mobile phone reviews. Text data is there. Numerical data are there. Surveys are there. So different types of data are generated, and huge amount of data is in online. Your shopping details, your online purchase details, your messages, your phone records. So these are our data. Even the car means the driverless cars are generating and run based on data. So huge data is available now, but I already talked about different source of data is there. Then the last 10 years, the lot of data is from byte to exabyte. So normally you all know about kilobytes and megabytes, gigabytes and terabytes. So one baby hard disk is normally our size. But now the normal size of data generated, for example, recently there is Amazon shopping festival is there. They have generated nearly 1 petabyte of data in a single day. So this is the volume of data is generated per day. So I have discussed these things because you have to think about the volume of data. So you have to know about terabytes. So gigabytes means one movie, single movie core size nearly 1 gigabyte, 1 GB size. So 1 petabyte data means 1 lakh 10,000 of gigabytes are there in a single day sales in Amazon. So this is the volume of data generated, and the important thing is that 90% of world's data is generated within last few years. So you have started interacting in social media, you are interacting in e-commerce platform. So a huge volume of data is generated, and this data generated due to the different activities and is considered as new oil. So you have all heard about data is new oil. So this giving, so recently Mukesh Ambani has told that data is going to the new oil, and they are planning to have the resource to refine it. So that is new oil is actually introduced in 2006. So after 14 years, India is focusing on is data as a new oil. So I can give you some prediction that within 5 years, Reliance will stop their petroleum product sales, and they will try to focus on data-oriented services like education, entertainment, and media. So they will stop their petroleum services and they will focus into the data-oriented business. That will be the future of data. So everyone is going to collect data and analyze the data. That time they need the resources to analyze the data and generate its intelligence and insights from that data. There lies the role and importance of data science or a data scientist in the industrial domain. So all the companies are now understand the importance of data. They started investing or that they started exploring this data. They have a huge amount of data in everyone. For example, if you are in bank, so bank they started the computerization line in 2000. So the last 20 years they have the data of every transaction in their branches. So but these data are underutilized. They are not utilizing this data to generate new insights from that data, and you can use some machine learning or some analytical tools to generate insights which is useful for them. So this now they understand that data is become new oil and they started investing in data science. So while last 5 years the data science careers are boosting, the salaries become very high in the entry level data scientist. So too many people are interested to change their career into data science. So I will give some small introduction about what is data science. So what is data? As you know all about data, data is some raw facts and figures. That is the basic definition of data. So what is data science all deal about? So it's about dealing the data and generating insights from the data. So they deal about data collections. We can have data mining or data scraping from the internet. We collect data from internet, and we analyze the data, and we generate insights from this data. So how to generate insights from that? It's a purely applied statistics method. So when you heard about data science, don't worry about it. It's nothing but applied statistics. You know, all the data science are deal with the applied statistics things. So you should know about statistics well. So we normally call it as data science or say glorified statistics. Here you know the statistics, and if you add some algorithm, we call it as machine learning. And if you have got a lot of audience, we call it as artificial intelligence. Don't worry about, don't confuse about this machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science. You have to think these all are applied statistics. You need to, you have to need a strong foundation in statistics and the mathematical background. If you are going to the data science career, you need to have a good background in statistics and mathematical. I will discuss what all the things you needed in later sections. And you need a strong foundation to understand the business context, because most of the scenarios you are working, you need to know the business or understand the context. So you have got the COVID-19 data set. So you should know, you should understand the context, what all data we have and what all insights we can generate from this data. And when we talk about data, there are different types of data. I already discussed about data can be a numerical one, text data will be there, image data will be there, and even YouTube videos are considered as a data. Videos can be a data, and data can be generated from sensors, online transactions, e-commerce transactions. So huge amount of data is generated everywhere. So data we can classify as a continuous data, so continuously collected, or discrete interval of time based data, and we can generally classify it as a numeric and non-numeric data. So what is the interesting facts about data? Data is coming from the events happening in the past. It's a historical events, or it's the event happened in the past. So, but based on this data, we can predict the future things, future trends, or future events, what are happening in the based on the historical data, we can predict the future. That's the important thing about data. And why we all give this much focus into data is that in the business or the in industry, main focus is given to the data-driven decision making. For example, in normal cases, the decisions are made by human beings. For example, you are going for a loan application in your bank, so they will ask you about your details, all these details, and they will analyze your financial background and your need, and based on your financial positions, they will provide a bank loan. That decision is made by a human being, but he made that decision based on some data you have given. Then we can automate the same thing. If you input your data into an online application, the application itself analyzes your data, and they can make the decision making. You can accept, you can grant them new loan, or you can reject your application. So what is the importance of these things? So you can automate many things happening in your daily life. If you have the data, the decision making process, that's a very major thing, because there are a lot of biases in the decision making or decision making done by the humans. So he has some biases, he will reject your loan. But if you have a developed system will not have any biases. So if you have the data as per the condition, the system will grant you the loan. So this is the advantage. So most of the business will invested in data-driven decision making, so they can standardize their operations. So data-driven decision making, when you heard about these terms, you will just worry about what is it. This is something big tech jet. So don't worry about it. Data-driven decision making, you have done this in your daily life. So when you choose a brand, I think most of you are used Swiggy and Uber Eats, the online food delivery platform. So how do you decide which one you have to choose, Swiggy or Uber Eats, to order your meal? So there are a lot of things. They will show you the time taken to delivery, and then average price and delivery charges. Based on this data, you will make a decision, because you know the decision. You know that data. Then based on this data, you make a decision. You go for a Swiggy and order it. That's the importance of data. See, you are going to travel. You have to travel into Kerala. So you will just on your Google Map. So Google Map will show different routes. So how will you choose it? Which route is the best for traveling? Uh, so based on there is data, Google will show you some data, the shortest path, time taken to travel, and uh, possibilities of roadblock also stored by the Google. So based on this data, you can make a decision. So Google is providing you the data to take a data-driven decision. Same thing happens in your the big billion sales. So you have the lot of things listed in Flipkart. You have a lot of things listed in Amazon. You will compare prices and you will decide which one to choose. You will go for Amazon or go for a Flipkart. So these are things data-driven decision making. And simple example is another example is data visualization. So you have most of you have seen this visualization. This is from the latest election, 2019 Lok Sabha election. So this is indicate total number of seats. You have know that 540 seats are there. So when you analyze 540 seats and their winning candidate details in a table format, it will be linked in a newspaper. 540 rows will be there. That will not give you some any insight. But same time, it will this data is generated in a visualized form. In a so from this visualization, it is very easy to you to understand that who's got majority of votes, who's the winning candidate, and everything in a single visualization. So it will help you to understand the data in a easy manner. These are the few importance of data-driven decision making. And you have the biggest decision challenges now, the Great Indian Festival in Amazon and Big Billion the sales in Flipkart. So a lot of products are they are advertising in the media, they are advertising in newspaper. So people will get confused which one to choose. There lies the importance of data. You can compare it. Even you can compare each and every product from these two sides. You can scrap it. You can web mine it the information and you can do the comparison. Or you can visit the each URL and you can analyze the data and make decisions. So based on data, you are making decision in the daily life. Same thing happens in the computer science field. Most of the decision is taken by the computer itself. That is possible by the availability of data. So what is really is data science? You have heard a lot about many things. So data science is a combination of statistics, machine learning is also there. Data analysis like SQL, data storage will be there. Data mining will be there. Data visualization will be there. Some programming will be there. So it's a combination of all these subdomains. So we can say that data science is a multidisciplinary domain. So why I call it multidisciplinary? It's near the computer science. It's near the statistics skills, and also you need some business or domain knowledge to get excel in data science. So, I told you that if you have a computer science background, you need some programming skills. You need to some R or Python, some programming language, and you need to know the basics, maths and statistics. You have to be good in the statistics domain, and you should know the business knowledge. So then you will become a good data scientist. So commonly I will discuss about how a typical data science project works. So normally we are working in a two analytical approach. Sometimes the client will say you that we have the data set, you have to do this problem, you have to solve this problem. That's analytical approach. Sometimes the client will say you that we have problem, if we have all this data, you can use any type of data because they need to solve their business problem. Okay, you are free to choose any different types of data. But in an analytical approach, they will specify the data sets and you have to use that data set only. So this is a different two approaches in data science project. And normally they have some business problem will be there. Then second step is the data acquisition. At least sometimes some business companies will provide the data, existing data, or we have to extract, like we have to mine the data from the different sources. There are wrangling process, that means data cleaning process. There are some lot of errors will be there. We have to verify this and manually analyze it using some programming languages. The fourth step will be the EDA, explorative data analysis. You do the explorative data analysis. Based on that, we get some insights. Then based on these insights, we do some prediction models. We will do some mathematical models, regression model. Then based on that regression, we will predict the future values or we will give some insights to the company. Then the final steps, that's the important thing. How insight and then communicate your results to the top management or the business domain. That is the most important thing in a data science. Most of the companies use data visualization to communication. Some of them are using science research papers. That's also a method of communication. Patents also a method of communication to the final research discussion. So this is the part of data science project. So I think we get a basic idea of what is data and then after all things about data science. So first day, every day we got a lot of problems. It's not these problems. First step is data collection. So data scientist, we will collect some existing databases or we will scrap from the internet. Then the data cleaning process, and we do some machine learning and we do some statistical or mathematical model to analyze this data. From that, we will have develop different things. For example, we will do some data visualization, or we will generate data reports, or it can be a research paper, a final output from the mathematical model, or we will develop some data products. So when you care about data products, you all know about recommendation engines in Amazon. When you purchase a product, then Amazon will recommend this. The people who brought this product also has brought these items. It will recommend few other items which is tailored to our purchase items. Okay, as you all know. So this is data product. So based on the existing purchase data, develop some data-oriented products. So based on the Amazon recommendation engine. So these are the basic functionality. We can discuss about some job roles. So first and main job role is data scientist. And some as a business analyst, data analyst post will be there. Data visualization expert will be there. Quantitative analyst, data engineer will be there. Data artist. Normally the data visualization expert is called as data artist in many companies. BI analyst, cloud engineer, big data analyst, predictive machine learning analyst, AI/ML engineer, NLP engineer. NLP means natural language processing. So if you have the text data, if you are specialized in analyzing text data, then we will call as natural language processing. So these are the main job roles in data scientist career. So this is a simple example of a data artist. So simple, this is a Federer's total details of Grand Slam in each tournament in each year. So year is indicated here. Year is indicated, and its positions in each year. It's like a rank, which rank he has got. So this is a basic example of data visualization. It's created by a data artist in a local Kerala newspaper. So it's a very interesting thing that data visualization become popular in the newspapers and our daily life. So very useful. So data artist is a career option for you. You have a artistic skill to visualize the data in interesting manner. So I have chosen about different career options in data science. Now we can discuss about how to become a data science in 2020. So you are so few some people are interested to become a data scientist. I think most people after this talk will interested to start a career in data science as a data scientist. Because data science is one of the most paying IT jobs in India. So what are skills you need to get data science job? So now we can have this and the programming skill knowledge or soft skills. Soft skills are very important. You need a problem solving become you need a critical thinking skill, learn the problem solving skills, good data. And same thing you need some chemical skills. You have a skill we will discover the computer science from the computer science you need. So basically, it's a mathematical background, you need a statistical skill. Then you need a good programming skill. You need to good in a one or two programming language. So I prefer, I suggest you to go for Python. Python is the most used language in data science domain. Then you need some skills in data extraction and processing. Normally we use programming language for the same thing, or if you are working in a good institute, you can use SQL, structured query language to process these things. Or you can, if you have a huge amount of data, you can use the big data analysis or big data tools for this thing. Then you need to know basics of machine learning. In the machine learning, there is algorithms to generate or learn from the data. And if you need a good data visualization skills. So we will detail into these things. So programming skills. You need to good in at least 2 or 3 programming language. So I prefer Python, or you can specialize in or SAS or Scala, or you can specialize in any of the languages. So don't go for C or C++ and Java. They are used as a programming language or application development language, but in data science they are not used, because most of the packages or libraries we are using for data science are developed in Python or R. So if you want to start a data science career, start learning Python. Then what are the mathematical skills you are required to become a data scientist? So you need to good in linear algebra and calculus. Don't worry about it. Use a +2 level mathematical skills. You need to good in linear algebra and calculus. Then what about statistics? Statistics you need to good at mean mode, median mode analysis, standard deviation, correlation, regression, probability, hypothesis testing. So you have to know these what are these things and how to do the same thing using Python or R. Even though you know about the theory, you also need to know about how to implement these using a programming language. So second thing is, last and final thing is data visualization skills. So most of you have used the Excel data visualization. So if the amount of data is very less, like 1,000 lines, 1,000 rows of data, then you can use the Excel for basic visualization. Otherwise, you have to specialize to do like a data visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau. Tableau is one of the most used data visualization tool in the industry. Or you can use the programming language to visualization, because Python or and R have a lot of visualization packages, data visualization packages like Matplotlib, Seaboard, ggplot2. These are the different data visualization libraries in Python. So you have to uh, get familiar with the application packages in data visualization. Then you have to the main thing machine learning. You should have a basic machine learning, know about what is regression, how it's mathematics, then you have to look at the forest algorithm. So you have to know how it's working and how data is data. You can start your career. And that is the of machine learning learning methods and understanding. We use the supervised learning, but people are using the learning methods. So now that they are learning and get a good job in the industry. So the career change or career path to data science, this is a versatile topic. So how to become a data scientist from a software developer? So most of you are prepared to become a software developer, or a software programmer. But one has to become a data scientist. That's an interesting question. The career path or career shift from a software developer to a data scientist. So to have that shift, you need one thing, because normally Albert Einstein has said this: education is not the learning of facts, but the training the mind to think. So if you want to become a data scientist, you need to good in critical thinking. If you know programming, you know a lot of tools, you know a lot of algorithms. That's not a important thing in data science. You need to be a critical thinker. What is happening? Why it's happening? What should we do? So you should have some critical thinking skills to become a data scientist. Then how to get an entry-level data scientist job? So most of you are interested to get a data scientist job. So four things will help you to get the job. One is education. That means if you have the data science education, like there is a lot of courses offering MSc in data science. IITs are offering some programs in data science, 1-year programs in data science. So if you have completed these things, these courses, then you will have a better chance to become a data scientist. Or you have the experience in data science domain with it, 2 or more years experience, then you will get entry-level data scientist job. Otherwise, you are a fresher, you have a computer science education, you don't have any data science education, then you have two methods to get a entry-level data science job. Develop the skills. You can develop the skills required for a data scientist job and create a better project portfolio. You can do some mini projects in data science domain. You can analyze some data sets and create a better portfolio. If you have a good portfolio updated in your resume, you will get a entry-level data scientist job. So This is normally I said to this is the action plan for learning data science. Start learning programming. You have to go in Python or R. Then start learning basics of maths. You have to refresh your plus two level maths. Then you have to learn about statistics, hypothesis testing, and some basic statistical methods. Then you have to learn about SQL, structured query languages. Then you have to learn some machine learning algorithm. This is the basic thing you have to learn from. You have to learn. Then you have to develop some domain knowledge. That's become by practice it will be automatically developed. Then you have to specialize, or you can focus into the specific areas of data science. For example, NLP is a specialized area in data science, which will focus only in the text data, natural language processing, text data. Or you can go to computer vision. Computer vision means the image processing domain. So these are two specialized areas. From these areas, you can have some basic project portfolio. So how to get a project portfolio is another interesting factor. So most of you heard about Kaggle. I think most of you have heard about Kaggle. Kaggle for website for the data science competitions. www.kaggle.com. You can just visit that website. You can list out some data science competitions will be there. You can try to participate. If you participate in 3 or 4 competitions, then you will get familiar with how to solve how to solve these problems, and after that we will become expert in that problem solving skills. And try to participate the hackathons. So most of the companies are organizing different hackathons in data science domain. So try to participate, and if you have win some hackathons, then you will get easy jobs in the IT industry. So second thing, you have to showcase your skills. You have, I think most of you have profiles in LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is one of the professional networking sites. You have to good profiles in LinkedIn. Then you have to be a good Kaggle profile that will help you to get a good data scientist job. Or you will have a GitHub account with a lot of your codes will be, you can publish your codes in the GitHub account. It will help you to get a better reach and better jobs in the industry. So I'll skip these things. And I can suggest you some good data science courses. So there is recently IIT Madras has started online BSc degree in that data science. It's a completely online program. So you can join from your home state, and you can learn online in data science. It's a wonderful program by the IIT Madras. Or you can learn some lot of MOOC courses are there. You can go join the Coursera or edX platforms. So a lot of MOOC platforms are offering data science related online courses. You can try to enroll in any of these courses and start learning data science. So this is most of the people will ask me about this, how to learn data science for free. So they are not ready to pay, or there are students who don't have the income to get to give us payments of online courses. Now that most of the courses are free, more courses due to the corona, they are offering almost all courses free. Otherwise, you do some self-study. So you can refer some good books. A lot of interesting textbooks are available. Or you can watch the videos. There are a lot of interesting YouTube channels in data science. So you can, if you are interested, you can you can follow these YouTube channels and understand these things. And second thing is that try to do it yourself. So try to automate your boring steps with Python. You are doing many things in your daily life. Try to automate it using Python. Then it will give you good experience, good skills in Python programming. and try to connect with vendors, data science communities, and you do some networking. Or you can participate if you are good in things. You can participate some hackathons or Kaggle competitions. So these are the main things to develop your career. So start building your profile. Your data science profile matters. Use about. So this is 2020 all about survival because due to the corona COVID-19, we have to survive everything, tourism, job loss, everything are happening. So I will suggest of you, if you can do it in online, you will try it. So if you are ready here, there is a lot of resources in online. So you will try your data that at the nursing domain. You said that the trainers like some motivation coach said that is a good future. Don't go for it. Try to find what is your interest area. What are the if you are good at math, you can definitely go for math. If you are not good at mathematics or organics, don't go for math. But you can, based on your skills and your interest, try to start a career in that sense. And second thing, you should understand the market. So data science industry is daily changing. More requirements are coming. So you should know about the latest trends in the industry or market. So you have to do, you are the students, so there is no chance you don't know how to get the latest trends in the industry. So only way is that network with the professionals. You can network with your alumni, your seniors, your brother or sisters working in IT industry, or you can network with the communities. Lot of data science community will be there, so you can network with them and start learning, start discussing with them. Will give you the insight about the data science domain. And last thing, last I tell them, you build your tools and skill sets and build your social presence because most of the placements or recruitments are happening in the social media. So try to be creative, be in LinkedIn and be in GitHub. So I think you will get an overall idea about what is data science and how to start a career in data science and what are the skills required for the data science domain. I think we have enough time. We can stop now. If you have any questions, you can ask now. You can go to the question section. Hello.
Thank you, sir, for giving us your valuable insights on data science. There are few questions posted by participants. With your permission, I would like to ask. Can I, sir?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first question is, what is discrete data?
Data means not taken from a discrete interval of time. For example, if you have a collect data from each year, then the continuous time interval data. So if you collect from a different times of data, so then it's a discrete one. I think it's clear.
Okay, sir. The next question is, what are the possibility of data science job requirements? Sir?
Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Actually, some internet problem in my system. Okay. Hello?
Okay. Can I ask the next question?
Yes. What was the last question? The career options. I think it's clear.
What are the possibility of data science in your job requirements?
Yeah. I think it's clear. You heard it?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay. So data requirement, I think that the data science career, like the lot of requirements for the entry level data scientist position. 57% of jobs, new job opening for the freshers will be besides domain, and you will get good like payment. The salary will be the highest. So if you are for a software development career, you will get the chance for getting a job is very less nowadays. So if you are in for a data science job or a data scientist position, or the competition will be very less, and if you get a job, the payment or salary will be very high.
Okay, sir. The next question is based data science. What are the feature job will be created in industry?
Hello.
Hello.
Audible? Yes, you are audible, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Job will be created in industry.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. I am Jayesh. I've I've finished my PhD in economics. Actually, I
Hello.
Pinky ma'am, please.
Um, hello.
Hello.
So the next question is. Hello.
Hello. Okay.
So the next question is, what is the relation with the AI, machine learning, and data science?
So these are AI, machine learning are the subdivision of data science. So you can they are the subdomains that machine learning, artificial intelligence. These are subdivision or subdivisions of data science. Okay, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. If
Okay.
I want to ask question, sir, if I want to ask question to the sir directly, you can ask. Okay, sir. Institution conducting data science course and how this program will be.
Pardon? Data science programs in India.
What? Yes. What are the institution conducting data science course in India? How this program will be?
So a lot of the IITs, NITs are conducting data science courses there are a lot of MSc data science courses, MTech data science courses are there, or some private institutions are providing training or certificate courses in data science. Or you can learn some online. So online means if there is a lot of MOOC courses or courses in NPTEL or courses in Coursera, edX. There are a lot of them. For private entry courses, normally it costs maybe up to 2 lakh. The data science fees. NIT, they normally charges 50,000 to 1 lakh fees will be there. And try to learn online, it will be less than 1,000 or 10,000 rupees. Some courses will be, at least some courses will be freely available due to this lockdown period. Okay.
Okay, sir. The last question is, what is the relation between AI and data science?
So artificial intelligence, AI, that means we are trying to give intelligence to the machines. So how to get the intelligence? Because we humans are learning from experiences. That means if you want to learn cycling, we will start cycling, or you have to learn driving. You have to do it, then you will become expert in driving. But what about the machines? How to become expert? How to machine will learn? So they learn from the past experience, or they learn from the experience. That means they from the data. So if you want to develop the artificial intelligence, they need the data. So artificial intelligence is a subsection or domain of data science.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I hope participating knows now I invite Dr. Desai Adendas for Dilip, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Am I
Yes, sir,
visible?
you're audible. Yes, sir.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Now we have reached the end of very important session. As we know that getting the right question is the key to getting the right answer. So, today we have seen so explain us huge volume of data available nowadays with the advent of internet. We understand now the data is now new. Today we understood that what is data, different types of data, nature of data. So also told us what is data science is all about. We know that it's all about the solving data to solve new problems, to solve problems or decision making, or maybe a product recommendation or predicting outcome. So let's give us various real life example to support the claim. We also understand the role of data science in multidisciplinary science. Sir, also made aware of various job opportunities like data scientist, business analyst. To the core job of data scientist is to understand data, extract useful information out of the data, and apply this in solving the problem. So data science is now a boom in the market, and it is highly paid profession. And expert in data science need to acquire a lot of basic knowledge and skills on technical and non-technical areas. So, sir, as to explain everything to us regarding this, the job opportunities are actual in this area. If student could become a journalist who could balance all aspects of data science, the key to acquire knowledge, few tips may help student, such as I experiment, do installation on your own, and lot more things. But student, more than all, it is advised to keep oneself updated and competitive. Sir also made aware of various courses that you can take action after graduation. So please, student, look into it if you really want to make career into the data science field. So thank you, sir. Thank you for a very informative session. And now here we are moving to the vote of thanks. Because gratitude is one of the least articulate of the emotion, especially when it is there. So honorable resource person, Mr. Prem Sankar sir, of today's talk on a brief introduction to data science, faculty members and their students. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on Professor, Department of Computer Science, on behalf of Science College, extend a deep sense of gratitude to our guests for sparing valuable time with us. First of all, Elias Gonsalves for always being a source of inspiration to all of us. I am happy to offer sincere thanks Secretary of the Access Society, Reverend Father Patrick Lemos, for their inspiring mentorship, which we always feel refreshed and motivated. Wholeheartedly, I must thank to our principal, Dr. Kelly Thomas, sir, for his support and guidance for organizing such an event. Thank you, sir, for encouraging all of us. On behalf of organizing team, I sincerely thanks to our speaker, Mr. Prem Sankar sir, who's founder of Agile Lab, also for sharing his knowledge to make this talk very informative, valuable. Thank you very much, sir. An event like this cannot happen overnight. My thanks goes to all the people who has given their precious time in organizing. In particular, I would like to acknowledge and thanks Mr. Biju Angles, head of the Department of Computer Science, for coordinating this event successfully. Heartfelt congratulations to the organizing team have been backbone of this event and were behind the scene. The member of the organizing committee, namely Ms. Itika Lakhewar, Ms. Pinky Gidwani, Mr. Amar Pimparkar, Ms. Reshma Kazi, and Ms. Pragati Dubey for their hard work toward successful organization of this webinar. I also thankful to the non-teaching staff of the department, Mr. Bimra Bhaiya, for providing us with all possible logistic support toward organizing this event. I thank you all the audience for joining us and encouraging us on our live platform. I'm sure that the participants must have immensely benefited by attending this webinar. On our part, we have made a sincere effort to enhance the quality of the webinar. I once again thank everyone whose contribution directly or indirectly has made this webinar a successful event. Thank you very much, all of you, and have a good day.